Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day. I'm Trixie if you're new here, and for today's video I'm gonna be filming a June reset. It's pretty simple. We're gonna be changing my closet into spring and summer because I have a lot of winter clothes, and you're gonna see I don't have that much space in my closet and I have a lot of clothes. So we're gonna switch them out. Then I'm gonna be making my June vision board and do some goal setting on Notion. And then we're gonna do the fun part, which is my reading journal. I don't do anything too crazy. I just do like the basics to make sure that I'm kind of like set for a new month. For me, these resets are literally to just see what went right, what went wrong, and what we're gonna change. It's just fun little me time. I feel like everyone needs that. Also, I did film this video like throughout a couple of days, so if you see me changing outfits, that's why. So now we're gonna be switching my winter clothes for my summer clothes because it's just way too hot. I don't need all of those jackets anymore, and I only have this much space, so I need to reorganize. But I'm excited because I really like organizing, so I'm ready to make this look a little better. Okay, so that was actually really fast. You should do it too. I like making monthly vision boards. It's just fun to like see what I want my life to look like. Do they usually look like that? No, but it motivates me, and then I go and do my monthly goals and I have that vision in mind and I set my goals. It usually doesn't work, but it's fun, and I can scroll on Pinterest and say that I'm being productive and do a very simple collage. Okay, so now that the vision board is done, I have a page on Notion where I have like all of my yearly goals, and then I have a page for each month. And this page is where I'm gonna put all of my goals, everything I have to do during the month, books I want to read. It looks so cute. I love seeing everything together. It feels like a really big and cute Pinterest board. The word of the month. I always do this. I like setting like kind of an intention. I feel like you can tell by my vision board, but this month's goal is to focus on wellness. I just want to create better habits. I feel like I've been slacking a lot. Then for my goals. And it's done. It's super fast, and I feel like it makes me have a clear vision of not only what I need to do, like, my responsibilities with school, work, whatever, but also for my personal life. I feel like it makes a huge difference to always be tracking how I'm doing, because if I don't do that, I'll just fall into the cycle of not really, paying too much attention to my habits. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm in a huge life slump and I'm feeling depressed and I'm not enjoying life. And summer is here. I'm not doing that. This is why June is gonna be wellness, spending time outside, reading a lot, working out, eating actually, nutritious foods and not just junk food. Our body is a machine and we need to fuel it. If you guys don't do this and you want to start doing it, Notion is kind of hard to get into in the beginning, but I just watched a lot of tutorials and now I feel like I'm a pro. Like, I can do anything. Now everything is done. So I'm excited. And now we're basically all set. Like, almost everything is done. I only have to finish my reading journal and we're ready for June. We're ready for summer. Okay, so now it's time for my favorite part about this reset. I don't usually do a lot of artsy stuff, but this is where I just have this time to listen to an audiobook, draw and color, and just like be creative. It's so relaxing. Like, you don't need to make a perfect reading journal. I feel like a lot of people don't do it because they always have like big expectations on how they want it to look, and they want it to be perfect. But usually if you even look closer, like on Pinterest, like there's a few mistakes, there's a few like not straight lines or not well colored, but when you look at it like from afar, it looks good. And the truth is, like in a few years, when you're looking back and you're looking at what you did, you're probably just gonna be proud and you're gonna be like, oh my god, this was so fun, like I love that I did this. You're not gonna be like, oh, this isn't perfect. So we need to quit being perfectionists. This is also just a pep talk to myself because I usually want everything to be perfect. So I usually do something like this. This was April. So I do like a cover, and then I do my TBR. And then at the end of the month, I usually put like the cover, my ratings, all of that, and a little review. Usually it's the exact same review that I put on Goodreads, but I just like to have it like physically. And maybe in the future, I'm not actually going to be using Goodreads. So it's fun to have this on my shelf and just see what I thought about a book. And sometimes I also do this. Wait, I haven't done it in a while because I've not been obsessed with a lot of books that I've been reading. But this year I started doing this for my favorite books. So I just do like a little vision board and maybe put some quotes that I like the best. But this month I'm not feeling the whole quote thing. I don't want to go through my books and see what quotes I like best. So we're just gonna do 2 vision boards. I'm gonna do one for Done and Dusted because that book got me out of a reading slump. So now I feel like I need to honor it and just do a little vision board. And then I'm gonna do one for The Conditions of Will because that was my favorite book of this month. And I only have 4 books to review because this month I barely read anything. I was in such a reading slump. So we don't have a lot of stuff to write down. And then I'm gonna do my June cover and June TBR. That's usually the most fun part. So yeah, let's get started and let's have fun and relax and not be perfectionists. This is it. I actually really like this. I was really feeling the blue theme, but this also looks so cute. Oh my god. This month, I decided to be ambitious with my TBR because I am kind of out of my reading slump and I actually think that I can accomplish this. But I thought maybe I could do like a little wrap up for May. Since I only read 4 books, it's not like it's gonna take me too long. So starting with Lessons in Chemistry, I've wanted to read that book for so long, but I've been putting it off because it is historical fiction. And I know that a lot of people love that book and I didn't want to like ruin it with my reading slump. So I did actually buy the audiobook on Audible. I felt like the voice narrator for our main character was actually perfect. I'm not even sure if it was like the 50s or the 60s, but I think it was around that time. But obviously being a woman with strong opinions trying to navigate a male field got me upset with how misogynistic they were being. But I would recommend searching the trigger warnings because there were a few graphic scenes and that might be triggering for some. But yeah, I really liked it. The character like had all of these quirks that made her narration like actually funny. Like the way she would perceive life was so factual, and so it made for a lot of funny interactions. And I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. Then I read Fearless from the Powerless trilogy, and that book is the one that kind of cemented my reading slump. I think it took me like 2 weeks to get through that book, and I only started like getting through it because I found the audiobook on YouTube. And so I was just like reading at the same time that I was listening to it, and that made it go way faster because I felt like the first like 100 pages were so unnecessary. Like nothing truly was going on. In general, throughout the whole book, not just even the I just felt like every conflict was resolved like so quickly and so easy, and also way too much filler. Like why was this 600 pages? I don't think this needed to be that long. I did like the plot twist, but I feel like because the book is so long and she did put some clues throughout the book, I felt like when those plot twists came, I already like was expecting it, so I wasn't completely shocked. But the plot twists were fun. I would still recommend it because I do think it's entertaining. I just feel like this trilogy should have been a duology. Could have just mixed like the second and a third book. And I think it would have made for such a good duology. And there wouldn't be so much filler and boring parts. Then I read the book that got me out of my reading slump. And I never expected it to be this book. But it was Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. From the Rebel Blue Wrench series. I just was in the mood for like a little spicy cowboy romance. I don't know why. I just felt like reading something like cute and silly like that. And so I just picked it up, and the book is so short. It's like 320 pages. I just flew through the book. It was cute. Like the spice wasn't too much. Then I read my favorite book of the month, which was The Conditions of Will. I gave that book also 4.5 stars. The writing, Jessa Hastings just has such a beautiful way of explaining things. All of her metaphors are always just so beautiful, and I don't know, she has truly like such a gift for writing, so I really enjoyed that. Also, our main character studied like facial expressions and body posture, so like she could tell if people were lying, how they were feeling. And that was so interesting. That was definitely like my favorite part, because it also like made it so much more dramatic, because they would be having like these huge fights and she would be reading like people's emotions and what they actually meant when they were talking, and she would like call people out on their bullshit, and she like kind of like interrogated people because she could tell from their answers when it was right or wrong. I don't know, I just really enjoyed that part. I also really like Georgia. From all of the characters that I've read so far in the Jessa Hastings like world, I feel like Georgia is the most relatable to me. And I really enjoyed like the whole family dynamic part of this. Like it was really interesting. I feel like the only reason this was not a 5 stars, as I was expecting it to be, is the fact that the romance was very insta-lovey. Like the romance was literally like too perfect for me. They fell in love in 2 days, 3 days. That's just not realistic. Even if like you feel like, you know, that person understands you like no one else ever has, it's been 2 days. So that's why it wasn't a 5 star. I still really enjoyed it and it was cute, but I wanted more. I didn't feel as connected to the relationship as I would like to. So that's why it is not a 5 star. Now, when it comes to my June TBR, we got 7 Days in June because it's June, so I have to read it in June. You know how that works. Audible had a deal where you could buy 2 audiobooks for the price of 1. So I got The Reappearance of Rachel Price, which I was listening to while doing the reading journal. And I feel like listening to these types of books is always a move. Like it's always entertaining. I feel like I'm listening to kind of like a podcast, and it goes by like really fast. Like I could be listening to that for hours and I'm fine. Like I'm not bored. And the other one I bought was Mortal Follies. I saw that that one was a sapphic romantasy, and it's Pride Month. So I want to read more queer books. I feel like I never read queer romance, and I'm kind of tired of that. Then also continuing on the queer books, I also put in my TBR Sunburn. I was actually searching sapphic romances on TikTok a few days ago, and this one just kept coming up. It seems like this is everyone's Roman Empire. Like everyone talks about this, and I think it's like 280 pages or something like that. It's pretty short. Everyone was talking about the yearning in this book, and that's exactly what I need. I need sapphic yearning, to be honest. So got that on the TBR. We have It's a Love Story, which is the new release from Annabelle Monaghan. Then I also put here Great Big Beautiful Life. I can't believe I have not read it yet. I feel like because so many people had so many mixed reviews, I kind of got scared and put it off. Then we have Lightlark, because me and 2 of my friends have like a book club together, and we picked Lightlark, and I'm really excited because I've had that book on my TBR for so long. So it's finally time to get to it. And finally, the last book on my TBR is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. The name is so silly. I was supposed to read it during spring because it's a spring book. You know, this series is always like seasonal. So I have like 20 more days left. So I gotta get onto this one. I need to just grab a blanket, go to the park, grab a matcha, and read this book. That's all of the books on my TBR. I actually feel optimistic that I'm gonna read them all. I feel like I'm being very delusional, but I want to believe in myself. So that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. I hope maybe you got something out of this. If not, I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm going to be locking in June. I'm going to be posting. So I'll see you in the next one.